And welcome everybody to Spreading the Nerd, episode 68, Nerds Reborn. I'm your host, Clint, also joined by Rick and Nick, my co-hosts, who I could never do this without. How are you, gentlemen?
You know, it's been an interesting afternoon. Busy couple of days. Had car troubles with my wife's vehicle, so it's been trying to pretend to be a mechanic. So, other than that, not too bad. What are you guys?
I hate.
And I'm glad the week's over because this has been a horrible week.
Well, hopefully we can start the weekend on a good note for you and get you out of the week slump. But I hear you. This week was, it just felt long. I'm on vacation next week, so this whole week was long, and today was even worse. Everything that could go wrong at work did. So I was picking up stuff and fires today. Although I shouldn't say it was too bad, because I looked at the end of the day, I looked at my playtime on Vampire Crawlers, and it was like 9 hours. And I only play that game at work.
Oh, jeez.
So I basically got paid for a day of playing Vampire Crawlers. Hopefully this podcast never gets big enough that anybody in my work sees it, or else. But other than that, I'm doing all right. Not too bad. So before we get into, we're going to talk about Osiris, the Expanse, some news, Xbox for sure, some other random little news. But before we get there, Rick, how about you? What have you been up to this week besides work being awful to you?
Same as has been the last couple of weeks. Starfield, Crimson Desert, which I'll talk about slightly because of the update. Added some Pragmata into it, which starting to cool off on that, but we'll see. It's still fairly early, but it's not. I think it gets kind of repetitive, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. And a little bit of Stalker. So really nothing different there outside of the time for Pragmata.
All right. What do you? Whereabouts are you in Pragmata?
The what do you call it? The tree location.
Oh yeah, the terraform area, or whatever.
There's just the enemies are way too passive. They're not nearly aggressive enough. And it could probably use some more weaponry than what I've found so far.
Have you, I don't want to give away anything, but have you not upgraded the pistol, but have you gotten the new pistol?
No. I know you get an assault rifle. I do not have that. But do you get that from upgrading it? Is that what happens? Or
no, you find it. You have to beat one of the red doors. But yeah.
Well, even without that, it's not that it's a big deal that it's kind of easy, but the enemies just stand there and look at you half the time, and that's kind of obnoxious. But,
for the first part, I would say, yeah. And towards the end, they do get some that are a little bit faster and launching mortars and shit at you, and they just throw a lot of them at you. So that can be a pain, but yeah. I was kind of getting at that point. Still love it, but I was getting to that point where I was kind of like repetitive, but then they threw a little curveball, which was nice. I'm at the last part now in it for now. But and you said the Crimson Desert update. I haven't touched Crimson Desert. I want to, but every time
you've been too busy playing shitty ass WoW. I know. I've seen
that, and Final Fantasy. I've been sucked back into Final Fantasy 14, but every time I turn around to maybe I'll start Crimson Desert, there's a new update, and I'm like, just wait for that update, I guess. So I haven't seen the news on this new one. What's the newest one? Because it just came out the other day, right?
Came out Wednesday, I think.
No.
Yes, it was definitely Wednesday. This is our biggest one so far. Well, size-wise.
Okay.
But that said, what they claimed was going to make the file size so big, I haven't noticed that big of a difference of it, which is specifically they said that they improved the visual quality, if you will, of items at a distance, but I don't really see much difference there. However, they did add, this one is the one where they added difficulty settings. They added hard, and then obviously it defaults to normal and easy but Like the cultured individual that I am, I of course set it on hard. I haven't fought any bosses, but it adds the ability to this is on PC, bear in mind I don't know what console version is going to do. This adds the ability to what's what I'm looking for, like change your control configuration, but
map change, or
remap. Thank you. With that said, as it is, I would not jump at doing that because it's not like it's changing the fact that you have to like press different controls together. I've been of the mind that while certain things are a little clunky and bad, it's kind of been really overstated about the controls because they're not really that complicated. That said, making Silkened happy, you can now press and hold, depending which controller you're on, either the back button or the touchpad or whatever, and go straight to the map now. So as a little joke between me and him, he can stop he can stop bitching about that because you can do it now. They added a couple other nice quality of life things, like it was kind of obnoxious to always have to pull open your whatever you want to call it, your quick inventory or whatever, and turn your lantern on and off. You actually do that. You do that now just by holding the L1 or left bumper or whatever button and tapping left, and it turns it on and off. So you do that much quicker now. There's all kinds of other things dealing with the actual house, but I have not really messed with the house, so I can't really say what that is. Like they added the ability to put like a whole wardrobe in there, so now instead of having to carry around all your well, you don't always have to carry around all your gear. You can drop some of it off, but if you get like the Twitch drops, for example, you can't store a stash of those. You had to hold on to them. I think now you can put them in this wardrobe. There's something else I was going to mention. A big one for me, and actually I like this a lot. You can now, because I actually bitched about this a little bit, if you remember, you now can revert the they call it dash, but it's really like your dodge and your roll. So now it can be a single press is your dodge and a double press is your roll. Or even better, you can now set it that if you want, whatever the double tap was, you can set that to be a hold to do it. So that's what I did. So I tap circle now to do a dodge, and I hold it to do a roll. It works much better doing it that way. Or I mean, if you want to do double tap, you can. Forget what else. They added a new like gear set for Cliff, but I haven't even looked for it, so I don't know where it is. Playing it though, I do have my ranch now. Actually, before we jumped on here, I was capturing some goats and putting them in my ranch. I got a few chickens there. I carried a freaking cow for like 5 minutes, and I walked into the wrong stall, so it sold it instead of fucking putting it in my ranch. I was pissed. Because when you put it up, there's like 3 of them. There's one that's slaughter, which I knew what that one was because you do a quest and it tells you that's what it does. So I knew not to go there. But I went to the wrong one. I didn't know because it doesn't have words. It just has like a hanging banner with like a picture. I walked into the middle one, which sold it. I was like, fucking cocksuckers. Like it doesn't ask you. It just, if you walk into there, like a person talks to you, and then it just does it automatically. And I'm like, you son of bitches.
Now, when you have the cow, are you like milking it for like a milk and making like cheese and stuff like that, or
not directly? But when it gets old enough, I think is how it works. It actually does every morning. Add it to your stash automatically, and I believe it also increases your food allottage and whatever. Like chickens will add eggs and food things, and once again, you can slaughter them once if you want to. In fact, like how you get the quests from your guys, whatever. Every time you like open a new thing, the guy that opens the ranch has you go capture a goat to put it in the thing. And then immediately after, it makes you slaughter it. so it shows you how that works. But it seems like a cool system. I mean, it might not be the most complicated. We're not talking, fucking farm simulator here or anything like that. But it's cool that it's there. Like I said a while back, I like games that have a lot of systems that feed into each other, and this does do that, right? It all feeds into the camp system with the money, the weaponry, or whatever you call it, people, that kind of thing. And then last time, I don't know if it was last week we talked about it or if it was the week before, I had said I saw that I can now dispatch people to locations, but I wasn't sure how it worked. I did actually finally remember to do that today, and I can confirm whenever you're doing it, because it works just through the mission menu, next to their name, you'll see like a number, which is how much their like attack rating is, I guess. So however many the dispatch can do it. The one I did was up to 10 people. I assume that's probably the max for all of them. And however many you get, it adds that together, and that decreases it looks like the maximum amount of like percentage that you have to go up against. But when you go there to do it, they are there fighting alongside you. So that was pretty cool. It actually felt like kind of dispatching a little mini army to go do something.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely gotta get back into it.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's probably about all I have to say on. I haven't really done a whole lot in it lately, other than just kind of wandering around blindly. But again, this patch did add some pretty nice quality of life features that are cool to see. They said that they're going to refine the like remapping in the future. I don't know what that means. With how convoluted the controls in it can be, I don't know how you could change it too much without. I mean, unless they're completely reimagining how the controls work. But I actually think the way it is now is honestly fine. If they could simply maybe make it that you're not jumping when you're trying to like interact or something like that, that's about the only real complaint I have left with the controls.
Yeah, like you said with the controls, if they want to, I feel like you said, they would have to, if they're going to differentiate the controls, they're going to have to like redo them completely. It feels like from what I've played, that there's no like, oh, we're just going to move this one little piece here and one little piece there. It feels like it would be a whole new thing. But I'll get to it at some point. As when they stop putting updates out for it.
No, you won't.
Devs.
Yeah, right.
No, I do want to. I quite like that game when I've played. I just there's too many games. There's too many games. So if that's it from Rick, Nick, I know both you and I have played the Expanse, so we'll touch on that a little bit afterwards. But besides that, what else have you done this week? Anything?
I've been horribly addicted to Vampire Crawlers. It's that one more run. Though I am, I sit there and I don't know, whatever conversations I'll see between you and Silkenit, you guys are like talking about your crazy combos, and here I am like, oh man, I'm just a peon stuck in the milk factory or the milk plant or whatever. Like, how? I guess I gotta level up. Whatever.
I got stuck on, was it the one before that, Teeny Bridge for ages. I hated that one. That one was starting to piss me off, and then I ended up getting it with the one of the first characters, the guy without a shirt, and he has the knives. And then I just ran it with that and was like, fine. I was like, come on.
That's the way it goes sometimes. So I've been really sucked into that, and then I've been kind of jumping back into the mouse PI game. It's actually really fun. I enjoyed it. It's a pretty competent boomer shooter. The humor is rather entertaining. I like the noir wrapper that is put on it. Not that it's really all deep.
Is it a good noir game though, Nick?
I'll tell you.
If you were to review it exclusively on its quality of a noir product, what would you say?
That I am not qualified enough to make that comment because I'm not a noir connoisseur.
So I'm hearing 6 out of 10. Is that right? 6 out of 10?
That sounds about right. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think my only noir was the
LA
Spider Noir in the Spider-Man movies, and then what was it? The Mask or whatever? It's got the guy from Gabriel Mock from Suits. It was that black and white comic with like, I don't know.
Oh, not Sin City.
No, it wasn't Sin City. It was another one that came out after that. It was not as good, but I was a fan of Gabriel Mock, so can't remember. I've got the Blu-ray for it probably there somewhere because I was an idiot about it.
Gotcha. Yeah,
drove me nuts. But other than that, trying to think of what else. Grounded. I've been playing a lot of Grounded lately with my buddies.
Oh, okay.
Friday night's been Grounded too, just jumping in and losing 3 or 4 hours, which is really fun because I don't know. I've mentioned it before. I always like survival games. It's one of those ones that I feel like I really should like, and I want to like them. They always look awesome, and then I get into them, and I just like fall off them. And then for whatever reason, now, you know how you always have the guy that does all of the objectives, the guy that knows just doing the crafting, and then there's just that one sicko building the base. I'm the guy left behind just messing around with the base for like hours on end. Like, oh hey guys, look what I did.
I need this and I need that. Come get it for me.
Yep, exactly. Hey, this is what I'm
Nice.
short on. Just bring it to me. Don't let me stop.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
It's been all I've been playing lately.
Nice. Since you mentioned grounded and the whole survival thing, and that the Conan out of nowhere with the like remaster of like Unreal 5, I was like, man, this looks great. Another game that I don't want to get back into, but maybe I will.
Isn't
Yes.
that the game that was kind of infamous for the penis
Yes.
customization? Heck, that's what I thought.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of the first ones that was really like in your face, so to speak.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I think that's a free update, if I'm not wrong. If I
Really?
if you already own it, I think I'll have to double check. But I know your characters and your bases and everything carry over too, so you don't have to rebuild anything or whatever. So that's awesome.
So they basically did what Ark should have done instead of repackaging and charging you for the game all over again.
Right? Yeah. 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 Maybe someday we'll see Ark 2 with Vin Diesel. Maybe. Probably not.
He's busy fighting for creative control with whatever the director is over there. I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's not enough mention of family.
Mm-hmm. Christ. Yeah, before we get into let's see, what have I been? I got sucked into Vampire Crawlers. I had no inkling that I would. I really honestly, when it was launched or was shown, I was like, okay, this is kind of like, I thought it was, to be to be perfectly blunt, I thought it was an awful idea. I thought it looked horrible. And I was like, whatever. And it came out on, it's on Game Pass. So I was like, I'll try it on Game Pass. Why not? I'll just, try it out. And I fully expected to go in and be like, this is horrible. And this is exactly what I knew it would be. And as I said, put in about 9 hours of time into it while working at
What
work.
was it again?
Vampire Crawlers.
Oh,
yeah.
Rick's out.
Rick's out. Yeah, it's just it is. It's one of those things. One more turn, and I do like the actual setup of the dungeon, and I really liked the original game, and I think I honestly like this one better. I don't know.
Dopamine rush.
It really
the whole combination of doesn't matter. You could suck on the run, and you're still gonna get 2 or 3 achievements pop in, and then just like, oh, I got something. Oh, here's something.
You're going to get achievements. You're going to get money to unlock stuff in the store to carry over. You're going to get more characters. And it's like, there's always something feeding you. And I'm just there to be fed.
Just pull that slot machine, just keeping it rolling.
It's like you're always winning. When I put it in Discord, even after playing just like multiple games, you're still getting like, they're only 5 points for each achievement, but you're getting them like every single time you play. So it's like, yes, I'm great at this game, even though I'm probably not.
Mm-hmm.
But so it kind of got sucked into that. It's not something that I'll play at home. It's great for handheld. It's perfect. So good for that.
It's a handheld game.
Yep, it's perfect. Other than that,
if I could chime in real quick, I did forget something actually. So when I was waiting for something, I don't remember what it was. I think my computer was taken up, and I'm like, God, I want to play something. I did start the very beginning of, I guess it's pronounced Mio, that Memory is in Orbit.
Oh yes,
Metroidvania. So this is opinions from very, very early, but yeah, Silkenit had been preaching for a while that it was one of his favorite games of the year so far, and it was reviewed very well. What little I played, it feels really good. It's a really nice looking game, really artistic. If you can stomach 2D garbage games, of course. But no, it's like I even said from like when you first start it, it has this it doesn't use the same art style that the rest of the game uses. At least not that I know the rest of the game uses, but it uses this very like super minimalistic, like almost like a glowy, like a golden like stick figure-esque thing that looked amazing. And I was like, wow, this looks so cool. And I had messaged Silkenit and just said like, yeah, you weren't wrong, man. This is awesome. Then it gets to where it actually looks like everything looks hand-drawn. I don't know if it is hand-drawn or if it just really does a nice job of emulating that design with a really, again, I want to emphasize, very early. This is very early, but really nice, like hand-drawn look, really like creepy and haunting soundtrack and stuff like that. So I am looking forward to digging a little bit more into that. Again, I'm kind of sticking with my mainstays here, but I've been playing that one a little bit on the side too. I forgot to mention that, so I wanted to bring it up.
No, I'm glad you did, because I had mentioned, or I had mentioned, a few people, yourself, Silken had mentioned it in Discord, so I was looking into it, and that game does look gorgeous. I love the style. So once I finish up a few more things on my handheld, I'll probably grab that for handheld while I'm at work, probably.
Physical, baby.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I think I picked it up just at the end there. There it is. Yep. Yeah, it's nice.
I actually used the wrong lights. That was my fault. I should be using that one.
But yeah, other than that, all I've been really playing World of Warcraft. But I don't know. They had a patch this week, and it was not fun. It was not fun. It ruined, like, all the add-ons didn't work. None of any type of mod that you had didn't work. It was a lag fest. It was awful. There was bugs everywhere. It's awful.
That's crazy that it's a game that requires you to have mods to actually be able to enjoy it to play.
And the last expansion towards the end, I was like, I like WoW, but it's more, I like the people I play with, like Castle, who's in here, Baldwin, and the 20 other people I play with. I get along with them. We have a great time. We've known each other for years. So that's kind of what I stay. Last expansion, I pretty much left it because the game really required you to download mods and plans from higher guilds that already ran before you. So you had to use what they were using in order to progress the bosses. And it was just like, you weren't even playing the game. And it's like, okay, so this expansion, they cut a lot of that shit out because a lot of people didn't like it. So it is better, but yeah, it was so buggy. Yeah, like Ball said, at least a half dozen game fights were breaking bugs. People were dropping off left and right. They were just like disappearing. You couldn't port anywhere. You couldn't mount. It was a shit show. But yeah, so not too much WoW. And then mainly just Pragmata. I'm in the last area of that. As Rick said, some of the enemies do get repetitive. As you get further into the tree dome, they do start getting more, and there are some more weapons. There's like there's actually 4 red weapons, 4 green weapons, and I've only come across 2 of the, or maybe it's 3 red, 3 green, and 2 of the side extras. But there is some variation of the enemies, which is good. But sometimes they throw a lot at you, and you're like, okay, that's a little bit too much. But besides the combat where the hacking, while I love it, is kind of getting a little bit old. But the story and the setting, I'm still just absolutely in love with. Especially the last area I'm in. I love the last area. So I'll finish that up this weekend before I go on vacation. I think that was it. All that I've played. I got sucked into Vampire Crawlers at work, so I didn't play Replaced or Ground Zero. I got sucked into that. So, I guess we'll go into what we've been playing. I don't think, Rick, you didn't download the Expanse, correct?
No, I redeemed the code because I didn't know if it was a limited time thing, but I'm not going to play it anytime soon. Gotcha.
So, Nick and I played the Expanse Osiris Reborn beta last night, right? Yeah, last night. No,
was it last night?
Wednesday?
No, it was 2 nights ago. Wednesday.
Yeah, everything blurs together towards the end of the week. So you beat it. I beat it. The beta wasn't long. It was probably about hour and a half. I only went through it once. Did you go through it more than one time, or?
I've been telling myself I was going to, but I mean, I honestly didn't really get on and do much last night. So
yeah. I said the same thing. I was like, I want to play through as a standard human, and the officer class or whatever. I went through as the hacker, Beltaloa or whatever. And the best thing I can say about it, even though it has its faults right now, it is Mass Effect 2 with an Expanse painting on it with the story. And I love it already. It does have some. I mean, clearly it's a beta and it has some problems, but thankfully we're out about a year, maybe a little bit more than the release date. So there's some faults in it, like with your partner in it that can like shoot through walls, or there's their abilities are going through walls. There's bugs with some of the enemies. Sometimes I notice that just kind of just stand there. The AI is kind of lacking right now, but it's still a good title as it is right now. I think they capture the Expanse feel really good, especially as you're coming into the first area and they have like Holden on the screen and everything. So good. Oh, what do we got on here? We got a poll going. Who will break first and buy Pragmata, Silkenet or Freight?
I started a war over there, apparently.
I don't know. I think Silkenet's going to hold fast on this one. But
yeah.
Silkenet is proving to be obnoxiously stubborn to prove me wrong.
I know.
But
I was
going to say...
Although I saw his post in XCP's chat last weekend, and I'm like, on a technicality, I should win this now.
No, but I haven't really heard you talk about it, Nick. Are you looking forward to Pragmata at some point, or?
So the biggest selling initially when I first saw it, it didn't
we'll get
necessarily
back
appeal
to
to
the
me.
Expanse in a minute.
Yeah, for sure. This is a breaking story here. We got
That's
to
right.
address this. So basically, first it's the whole aspect. Like, it didn't really necessarily interest me. You guys were all big on it, and I was kind of like, "What is this game?" You're like, "Oh, it's been out forever." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Like Metro.
But at least I was aware of what Metro was. I was always on the outside looking in and just not stepping my foot in. But with like Pragmata, I don't know. I think there's two things that really going for it. One, it's the new hotness. It's the FOMO that's kicking in. Like, everybody's playing it. Everybody's talking about how awesome it is because everybody's in the honeymoon phase with it. So now I'm like, what am I missing out on? And two, I'm not going to lie. I love a good story that just kind of tears you apart, I guess, as they say, and or hits you a certain way. And all I keep hearing is this story as a father hits incredibly hard.
Yeah, and I think
and as someone who outright hates children, it does. I don't say it does nothing for me, because it's just I actually am like, okay, I kind of want this kid just to do what I would tell her to do and quit talking to me.
See, and I'm like, well, I'm not the exact opposite, but I think that Diana is done really well with this. But this is
she is, but she's also like a 7-year-old kid, which is by nature an obnoxious asshole. So
okay, but see, you see all these little shorts, like, just the fact that like you can go through and change the music, and she changes her little dance, and it's like childlike, and then there's the little pictures that she does for you and stuff. Dude, like the that. Pictures
just put me out. I'm like, I want to print them out and put them on my refrigerator.
See, yeah.
And then I thought it was clever the first time, and then afterwards I'm like, all right, this is the same thing over and over again now.
No, I love them because it reminds me of
they're different pictures. But look,
man, as somebody who has a small child, I don't just get one picture. I get 6, and they're all scribbles, and they all have to be
your kid gives you something, it's different than a digital one that is coming because it's coded into the game. That's a different thing.
I don't know. I think I kind of care about Diana a little bit more.
To be clear, I'm being somewhat tongue in cheek, except for the part where I said I don't like children, because that is very much true. But I'm being a little bit of kind of joking here. But I will say she grates on my nerves a little bit, because she's probably supposed to. Like I'm. Thank you, Luke. Thank you.
What in the
if we're world talking, I don't know. Are we talking about the game or my child? Because I will say I love my child, but yeah, they're not at.
Luke's out here just attacking random kids. I need to find that picture of the white van with Luke again from episode 10. That was a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I think being as a dad, especially of a daughter, it just it just makes it does make it better. Like, there's one scene where she's like running and she falls while I was trying to like upgrade my stuff. I look over and she's like do, and she falls, and I was like, oh my god, and I like got out of the menu. I like ran over to make sure she was okay.
That's my child. Every time I turn around, he fell on his face, and I don't know, the carpet, there's could be absolutely nothing, and he just randomly falls. I don't know why.
She's the single worst hide and seek player of all time. She hides in like the same place every time.
That's my kid.
I think I saw her hide in
He tells me where he's
time.
gonna hide, so I know. And he's like, "How'd you find me? You told me where you were gonna hide. Like, what do you expect?"
One of those things like they hide behind the curtain, but their feet are still showing, type of deal.
No, he hides underneath the dining room table, and you can see it from any room you walk out. So you got to.
Luke is actually speaking some facts here for once.
Man, Luke coming in with the
okay. So
now I also want to emphasize something here. I am not the person to agree with here because I am a heartless asshole when it comes to children. I just do not like kids. So I agree with you, Luke, but that's probably not a good thing on your side, especially since you're a teacher. I know you're not a little kid.
Hey, come on, don't out him in here. Don't out him in here. People are not following him over here. This is where he goes to let his hair loose. You know?
This is supposed to be a safe space, right?
That's right.
He teaches like I think 8th grader, so it's not like they're her age, but still.
I demand artwork from Luke's class. That can be extra credit.
And to be fair, like I have somehow avoided putting most of them because he doesn't want them on the fridge. He wants them on the wall in my bedroom for some reason. And
okay, that's I don't know about.
There's
that.
nothing in there yet, and there's nothing on the. Well, no, there's nothing on the fridge. I have one in my work locker, but it was like a Father's Day, god awful, like when he was 2. You know, coloring.
Someone
just
clipped
an
this
orange
and show his
blur,
son
but-
10 years from now.
Hey, he'll probably say, "Oh, it's true. It's true."
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, son of a gun. Well, apparently,
Oh,
Silken is gonna be 1, maybe.
Well, I don't think I can pick a winner of the poll. So I guess we'll just have to say everybody who voted, because nobody voted Silken it, won. Congratulations.
I'm afraid it's definitely playing Pragmata before Silken it. I don't know. You guys got Diablo 4 coming and stuff.
There was something else to keep in mind on this. Silken it kind of has this weird Capcom shooter hate boner too. Like Resident Evil and stuff like that. Not hate, but you get what I'm saying. He dislikes them way more than everybody else.
I will say that. I will. Yeah, he doesn't seem to like them as much. Although I think he's on 4 now, or did he Silken it? Did you beat 4?
No, I think he put it on
He was
hold.
in the middle of 4, but I think he put it down.
The worst one. The worst one to put on hold. Jesus, what are we doing here?
It's the longest one too, but
I mean,
I
if you
get
watch
6
on
of the longest
Discord,
actually.
the man's
but-
playing a new game every night, probably 2 to 3 games. So, he's a tastemaker. He's got to try them all out. It's like a buffet out here.
That's right. Why not? If you can do it, why not?
Right.
Back to the Expanse. I can't remember where I was. So, what are your thoughts, Nick? How are you feeling with this?
I am incredibly divided on this in the fact, okay, that may sound really bad. I'm a massive stan of Mass Effect trilogy. So anything even approaching that instantly kind of goes up. I'm like, I have played the Mass Effect games and even the trilogy through more than any game I've ever played outside of like, you know, games that are meant to be played for, you know, long periods of time. But as far as like start to finish type of replaying, they're at the top of the list. And the Expanse, I'm also obviously I'm a massive fan. You know, I've been slowly collecting the anniversary edition hardcovers. I've got all the Kindles. I got all the Audibles. I've got all the seasons on Blu-ray. I mean, the last Loot Crate, which is they were starting to get really garbage, but I still ended up buying the Expanse one just because. I mean, it's the Expanse, you know. So like this game is like made for me. So the fanboy side of me that is really has a hard time looking at it objectively is like, I love this. I want it now. I don't care. This is amazing. I don't care what it looks like, what it really necessarily plays like. I just need more of it.
Right.
Give me the full game right now.
Yep.
Sorry, remind me. Are you going to have this statue, Nick?
No, I will not because it's stupid tariffs, man.
That's what I thought. No, it's not the tariffs. It's the shipping.
Yeah, the shipping.
There's one to play before the tariffs.
Yeah, I was like, stupid. It's $90. Oh God.
So, but then, as Silken is pointing out, there are moments where, as the massive fanboy, there is me that is being when I was streaming it, I sorry, Rick, there were shots fired. I said, man, I'm starting to sound like Rick over here. Because I was like, because
that's a massive self-insult, so I get it.
So I was like, first of all, I was complaining that the boots, they weren't making the heavy clanking noise like when they're on the station. It sounded perfect when they're out in the vacuum, right? But you weren't getting that when they were on the station. 2, when they were engaging the magnetic boots, they click them. There was no clicking. They just went from being engaged to disengaged, like, whatever. There was no reason for it.
This shit matters. You might think it's being nitpicky. It fucking matters. It's the lore of the goddamn universe.
Number 3, and I get why they don't for design reasons, but when you're out in space, you have the mag boots on and you're fighting people and you kill them, they should be still stuck to the station. Instead, they float away. And I get it because it makes it easier to differentiate for the player what is alive and what's dead. But the fanboy in me is like, they're supposed to still be attached to the station.
Hanging on.
That's exactly right, because they didn't disengage their boots.
Right.
It drives me nuts.
I will say that is one thing that doesn't bother me. Everything else probably does. And I don't know what Silken's talking about. I don't know if he's joking when he says about if there was more click and clank. Does that mean like the ship doesn't feel rickety? Because if so, that's a massive mistake. Okay.
That's the
These
click
things
and
should feel like giant pieces of shit.
It's the boots, essentially. It's the sound of the boots. They don't sound heavy. You feel floaty.
Yeah.
And then one other really oddball one was the fact that, like, in a lot of games, especially with NPCs running around and having conversations, especially newer games, there's NPC collision. So like when you can stop their momentum, you can run into them, you can push them around. At one point in time, there was an interaction where the guy was at a panel, there was something, a collectible, and another guy came over to have a conversation, and I was locked in place. I could not get out. I couldn't push him out of the way or anything. I had to wait for the conversation to end and then for the animation to take him back across the side before I could get out. It's like this
of everything you've said, that is kind of the one thing I expect will be fixed. And I will say, I read everything Clint said, and I'm like, I'm very concerned now because there's no doubt he's saying this is much better than it actually is because he wants it to be. So I am very concerned with what he just said. We'll see.
I would, if it was any other developer, I would be concerned. But Owlhead has released their games early like this for purchase, and then it's almost like an early release that like Larian does and stuff, so they can get the feedback. And I will say, at the end of the game, there is a 60-question survey, and it is pretty detailed on like every weapon. In the area, what do you want to see? How about this? It went along a lot of things, so you can see that they do want to hear back, and even also, things like you said about the magnet boots thing. I don't think they'll fix that, but something that's in a year, maybe a little bit more. I think that's something that could be fixed if they get enough feedback on it, type of thing. And like abilities going through walls and stuff like that can all be fixed.
Yeah, that I think will be fixed. The other stuff I'm not so sure about, but that I think would be fixed.
It reminds me too, the one other big complaint I had is I went out of my way to pick the Belter class. And I don't know if it's just the one level and you're dealing with the pink water earthers and maybe you got to talk a certain way. There's no Belter Creel. And I will say, if you go on their Discord, there is actually a beta thread for those of us who are in it, and they have like whole entire sections where people are just kind of laying out there what they have problems with. That is one of them, a big one that I see.
If there is no Creole, that destroys the entire lore. That would destroy the entire lore, and it would make no sense considering their damn marketing. They put the boss mang Creole in there and stuff like that. So they definitely put some of it. If they like it's not just nitpicking. It is literally like. It would be like if you had elves and didn't have them speaking Elvish. They all just spoke English. It's stupid.
It's definitely a huge thing. On that is one thing I wouldn't be able to look past.
I wonder if it's going to be more like token. Like they throw it in every once in a while, like, oh, hey, look, it says Boss Mang, or
I hope
there's a Sasa in there somewhere.
I mean, there should be. Well, I guess the reality is in the lore, most people do understand it if they don't outright speak it. But there should, like, if you said you can pick your background, whether you're Earther, Martian, Belter, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, you're
Those
supposed
are
to
the
be able
two.
to have a much
If-
better character creation.
If
Months from
you
now.
make an interplanet person, whether Earth or Mars, there should be entire segments of the game that, or not segments, but moments of the game where you don't understand what they're saying. Right? Assuming your
Yeah.
character doesn't have.
That's what subtitles
much
are
meta.
for.
Right.
You know?
No. I mean, you should not be able to understand what they're saying. You
Yeah.
should like it should be. You know how they do it, where they'll put like weird hieroglyphics as the subtitles.
Right.
That's what it should be, because if I guess it depends what your background would be. If you're a character who has never been off of Earth or off of Mars or whatever, then theoretically your character probably would not be particularly well versed in Creole, and therefore, if they speak Creole, you should not be able to understand it. It should be completely foreign to your character, and that would matter. Like that's if that kind of thing is missing, that really is a massive L and a huge blow in the face of the lore of the game. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I am not trying to sound like this massive, like everything has to be perfect. It's like it's not an overly huge lore. We're not talking Middle Earth here, right?
Right.
If you can't follow the lore, don't make an Expanse game. It's that simple. It's that simple to me.
It is, as much as I complain about that stuff, and don't get me wrong, that is huge, right? And maybe this is a small sample size. This is one mission, so maybe it is in there.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. Yeah.
I do have to say, I was very impressed when you first walk on the station. There's a news clipping, and it's going on. They're detailing the whole thing with the Rocinante,
super cool.
with the whole what just happened on Eros, the riots on, it wasn't serious. Because of the water shortages that are going on and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was serious.
Yeah.
And then even when you're going around talking, they threw out slingshotters. Slingshotters have just a very small portion for a majority of it, outside of the one part where they're important when it comes to a certain thing. And was that book 4?
It was like that's the 4th or 5th one, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So outside, then I felt like, honestly, for the most part, they were basically put in for that plot point. But
yeah,
I actually forgot even all about that until you said I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah.
It's the weird like thrill seekers. Yeah.
That when they mentioned it a few times in the beta, and I was like, oh, and I had to think about it as well for a few minutes. So there are some issues for sure, but like Nick said, it's only an hour and a half, not even one mission. You can't even create your own character yet or anything. So I think I'm sure there's a lot more that we haven't seen. I think we'll be fine. However, they better have like the Beltaloa and stuff in the way they.
That is the bare minimum.
They have to have that. And once again, being Owlcat as huge storytellers more than anything, I feel like that is something that they won't do. Like I just don't see them doing that.
Between that
Owlcat.
And the fact that as being Owlcat, I feel like they will give us decisions that have weight, and those are my two big things I'm looking for.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you a very strange perspective on this. Actually, it was something I was thinking about. Here's another reason why the whole Owlcat thing honestly means nothing to me. I don't really care that much about the story in this. The Expanse has a story.
Really?
I know this is something that fits within it, and that's fine.
Right.
I don't care that much about the story in this. I want a good representation of the Expanse universe. And I'm not saying it won't be that, but I'm saying I'm hearing and seeing things that makes me go like, might be halfway there, but not really what I want it to be. But we'll see. I mean, it is a ways out, and I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
if this was getting released in like 2 weeks, I'd be like, ooh, I don't know. I'd still buy it and probably play it and be happy with it. But I'm still comfortable with it being a year out, which I'm kind of glad it is, even though I'm not glad type of deal. But there was definitely some cool moments. I did like when you were out in space, the way the station moves. So like all of a sudden you're seeing, I think it was Saturn, you're seeing Saturn, and then you're going around, you don't see Saturn, and oh, there's Saturn again going around. I thought that was a cool thing.
The low gravity animations with the low
grab was good.
Just the movement was really good.
That was good. The explosions were really well done. Sound effects were Expanse-y sounding. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we get more patches for the beta and maybe a few trickles to add some extra features or something in there as it goes on, because it's not a timed beta. It's there. So hopefully they add some stuff that we can play with. And look forward to it. And like I said, the 60 question survey was pretty detailed. It wasn't just like, did you like the game? Would you refer a friend? It was very down to every weapon. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Negative about it. The camera angle for me was just a little too close to the character. Like behind the shoulder, I felt a little bit too close. Back it up just a little bit. But that's being nitpicky on that.
I saw one of the comments that people were asking for FOV slider.
Yep, that would be good too. But yeah, it's still early, so we'll see. But yeah, as Rick said, I just want a good, even if the story's not phenomenal, I just want a good Expanse game. Just so,
I'm not saying I want something that's brain dead stupid. I'm just saying, like, you know, with their games, and understandably so,
people to get
story is always going to be the draw. The story is not so much the draw for me in this case, because it is a story set within a much larger existing story. I care far more about a proper representation of the Expanse universe, because the Expanse is fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Like
it is.
I'm one of those weird people that I would absolutely love more stories in the Expanse universe. Like even like I was one of those guys that I've got the compendium of all of the short stories and read all the way through, because I thought those were phenomenal.
You talking about the hell was it called? The 10th book, if you will. Is that what you're talking about?
It had all of the short stories from start to finish. Like,
that's why
the last one in there.
That's why I'm asking, because technically it's not all of them. There's like 4 or 5 of them that are not in there. I looked into it. Yeah, there's a couple that they kept. This is a little bit of Expanse nerding out, but there's a couple that they left exclusive to wherever they originally came from. I don't remember where they originally published them.
Interesting.
I was pissed about that when I saw that.
Dude,
I thought it was all too.
That was always what was really cool about the show, is like they would have those moments and they would actually bring into the show what happened in those short stories, which is
right. Yeah, they had whatever, Solomon Epstein and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah. Speaking of like sci-fi games and stuff like that, and Nick had brought it up briefly of like, oh, we should talk about IPs or dead sci-fi IPs that we want. I was just trying to think of like while we're talking, and I know not everybody is a huge Star Trek fan, but I would really like to have a good Star Trek game. I can't think of a good Star Trek game, like a really good one.
I can, and I don't even like Star Trek.
There
was that first-person shooter back in the day that was really good. It used the Quake 2 engine. Set phasers to frag or whatever it was called, something like that.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I think I remember like
it was very good. Like you were fighting the Borg.
I don't think I played it though.
And I guess what made it unique is they actually made it that like the Borg would adapt to your guns, so you had to kill in different ways.
Silkiness says the VR one was fun. It was fun, but it was fun for like 4 hours. It didn't feel like a fleshed out like full game. They do have a new VR horror game set in Star Trek that I haven't tried, but
Elite Force was the name of it. I don't know where I got it.
Oh, okay.
I think the whole set phasers to frag or whatever, I think that might have been what it said on the back of the box.
Just go back to Community, set phasers to love me. Enjoy cease. LeVar Burton.
Yeah, because I just finished Star Trek Strange New Worlds yesterday, I think. So I'm all caught up on that. So I'm just like, man, I would love a good, like, really good Star Trek game. That'd be awesome.
It was actually on the front.
Yes, yeah, I remember the front of the box. I don't think I played that.
It was actually quite good.
Played it.
A Star Trek fighting game, Chris. Man, I don't know.
Okay, so like I missed out on the whole Star Trek thing until J.J. Abrams came along, because up until then I was a Star Wars guy, and if you're a Star Wars guy, the nerdom told you that you could pick one, and that was what your stuff was.
That was it. Yeah, that's it.
So
yeah, I've kind of gotten, and I go in phases where I'll love Star Wars, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I love Star Trek, and then I'll go back and forth. I've been mainly loving Star Trek more lately, sadly.
I used to love Star Wars.
Let's see.
I'll always love Star Wars.
I've got one. Though.
You've got one? What do you got?
Altered Carbon.
Yes. Season 2 of Altered Carbon sucked too, by the way, on Netflix.
But I mean, it was all right. Not as good as
all right. There was no season.
But I mean, you could do a lot of
legit.
different stuff with that. The whole idea of you know, the sleeves that you are basically put into a new body all the time, and man, there's so much they could do with that. That'd be really interesting.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
I got one.
Yeah.
For all one movie that it was about,
Oh.
you can make a sweet ass District 9 movie. A game rather.
Oh, which one?
Yeah.
District 9.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
It would have to be insanely violent, you know. But
Yep. You could have a good one.
Would you want to play as the prawns or as the people? Because I think it'd be more fun to be the people and actually like mow down innocent aliens.
No, would you do that like a Far Cry style type game, or you think?
Luke, that's a completely unacceptable opinion.
What is
District 9 is a fucking brilliant movie.
You know,
It's the only good movie that guy did, though. The director.
No, it is absolutely not.
You calm down, sir.
Yeah, this is once again a two-person podcast because I'm not gonna. There will not be Neil Blomkamp slander on this.
Especially with him coming out with a Starship Troopers movie, I will not.
I don't give a shit about that.
I would give that a watch, but
Elysium was good, and Chappie made you more fucking sad about some personalityless robot than any movie ever possibly could. It was a little slow, but you know, for the last
is that
10 minutes,
Dire Antwood in it?
It had like some South African band. Okay.
Yeah. Elysium was fantastic, and the South African actor he always uses.
Yes, was it Ricardo Chopley or something like that?
I think so. He's phenomenal.
He was in. Did you ever see? Nobody's ever seen this movie except for me, and unfortunately for her, my wife, because she hated it. Did you ever see Hardcore Henry? Because he was in that.
Yes,
he was in that. Oh, you guys are the only two other people I've ever met that have seen that movie.
Yeah.
He was the guy that kept reappearing over and over again as somebody else.
Yeah, he was in a series back on, I think it was PlayStation 4, where PlayStation had the rights to the series he was in, and it was only streamed on the PlayStation Store. I can't remember it, but
Charlotte Tocoop. I don't know where I got the first name myself.
I could listen to him talk all day, everything. He was great. He's fantastic. Awesome. But yeah, not liking District 9 is that's a pull. That is an executable. That is an executable offense, in my opinion. we cannot. That was incorrect. Yes. Yeah, it was so weird that just have that on PlayStation. It was wild, but
okay. So I just want to say, I can understand this. It did not give it to me, but if it gave you I can understand not watching it from there.
Yeah.
When we went there, I remember we sat down. I was so excited because I knew what it was, and like these two older people went and sat down. And I'm like,
keep talking. I'll be right back.
I don't know if this is a movie for them. 5 minutes of the movie, they got up and walked out, never came back. But like the opening credits shows you what the movie's going to be when it's just gore upon gore. And I was like, yeah, this is exactly what I want it to be. And my wife absolutely hated it. She to this day she holds it over me, and I'm like, no, really? We saw a great movie. Yeah, and a genuinely unique movie. Like there has been nothing else like it.
It's true. Very true.
No. Yeah. Speaking of people that don't deserve to go to movies, not deserve, I shouldn't say that. People who always go to the wrong movies or whatever. I went and saw 300 way back, and someone brought in, I shit you not, a newborn infant. This thing couldn't have been a week old, maybe. And I'm like, what are you doing?
They should not even let you bring infants into a movie theater. Like it should not, unless they have those ones where it's about bringing your kids. That is the only one you should be allowed to bring an infant in. If they have an infant, they should say, "Please get your money back. You cannot." It
wasn't bad enough that it was like a baby or a toddler. This thing, or I shouldn't say thing.
Creature
was 5 pounds, maybe. Like
right.
I was like, "What are you doing?" And of course.
It's a loud movie at that, yeah.
All loud, and the baby's screaming for like 10 minutes. Finally, they finally left, but I was like, bring your kids wherever you need to bring them. Somewhat, don't bring your goddamn infant to a loud movie or any movie. It's like
child.
Only from one of us, to be fair, but the other one is kind of piping in.
Yeah, I got one for you. Middle of the afternoon one day, went to a random, what do you call those, matinee showings when they're like at like 2:00 in the afternoon. And with my cousins, we went and saw Bad Grandpa, and it was just us, and it was two elderly couples. At the time, this would have been when it first was on theaters, obviously. So I thought they were like 90 years old, but Man, I remember watching them sit down. I'm like, oh no, do they know what movie they're watching? And there was a couple of times like they were trying not to laugh. They did laugh, but I remember specifically after it got up at the end, the lady looks and goes, "Well, that's the last time we let Gene pick a movie out."
Thanks, Gene.
Well, and I'm pretty sure every one of us that went to see the first Deadpool saw someone bring in a fucking little kid, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's always stuff like that. Chris, hot take. I love going to the theater solo. So do I. I know it is his hot take. I try to go to the movies every weekend. I'm one of those people that I do not want cinema to die, but yeah, I try to go every weekend. Love it.
I went to one movie by myself and I didn't like it. But I liked the movie. I didn't like going by myself. I went to see the original X-Men.
Ah, nice. Very nice.
I couldn't find anyone to go, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to miss this. I was like, it was a decent movie. I mean, not great, but it was decent.
I
like the first one a lot. It was the ones after that I didn't really get into too much.
I definitely prefer going with someone, but if it's a movie I really want to see, I'm going. I will go. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. And theater etiquette, it has gone down the
it's awful. It is awful.
It is god awful. And not just like kids being noisy. I'll wait. I'll like, oh, maybe I'll be old man. I'll go in at like 2:00 and there'll be no kids. Half the times it's not kids and teenagers being a pain in the ass. It's the adults. I went and saw.
It's college age kids. Yeah.
I went and saw a movie called I don't know. It was a horror movie, but it was based on a horror podcast, so it was very sound. Over undertone, I think it was called. So there were very, very quiet areas and stuff. And while it's very quiet, there's a guy. Now, there's not many people in my theater in this small little town. This guy has to sit right behind me. And while it's whisper quiet, he's like burping. He's rummaging around his popcorn like he's going to find the fucking holy grail at the bottom. I don't know. And it's like, dude, what are you doing?
A few years back, whenever it was in theaters, Krista and I went together to see Alita Battle Angel, which excellent movie, and I really wish they would make another one. I don't think they're going to, but now the theater that we go to, which is pretty close to our house, is pretty close to a school around here called pretty famous school, CMU, Carnegie Mellon.
Hey, I have CMU as well.
I'm sure yours is a different one. But I haven't soaking it. I haven't read it, but I actually can't really see it there, especially not in the dark. I have like the whole like hardcover set there. We're gonna get a little semi-racist here, but I don't mean it to be that way.
We don't hate. We hate kids.
I already broke that egg last week.
You did, yes. So CMU has a very large. I don't know why this is, but it has a very large, specifically Chinese, I believe it is, student body. And as Krista explained to me, in China, when they go to movies, they talk through the entire thing. They do not shut the fuck up. When we went to see Alita Battle Angel, there were, and I mean, to be clear, I didn't see them well enough. They were definitely Asian girls. So I assumed they were Chinese, but maybe they were something, some other Asian country, but I couldn't see very well. I'm just saying, right? These two stupid bitches, they had 15 people tell them to shut up because they just fucking kept going on. Like, they talked nonstop. Like, it sounded like they were on a podcast. They just kept talking. There wasn't, it wasn't talking, then quiet for a little bit, then talking. It was like they were having a conversation through the entire fucking thing.
It annoys me. There was, we went and saw X, just X. It was a horror movie as well, the third in the series. And there's a part where the lead actress has a monologue it's a long monologue for someone just talking straight with emotions, and it was really good. However, there was like 3 kids laughing the entire time through the whole movie in general, and they were laughing through this monologue, and it was a great monologue. It was great acting, but I was like, I can't fucking enjoy it because you hooligans are over there. And if you ever want to feel like you're getting to be an old man, go to a theater with kids in it. And then you're like,
I'm old. And I'm told that I'm part of the problem in the fact that I would rather watch movies from the comfort of my own home. I'm just saying.
You're the majority. You're the majority, not the problem.
No, you are definitely the majority.
Why you know?
There is nothing wrong with that, but I just love going to the movies and sometimes being able to experience and everything. So yeah, it's just yeah. I don't even know where we left off, and we're already an hour in. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so
that really did go sideways.
which is fine. This is what happens. I guess we'll just talk about some Xbox news. Oh, before we get into Xbox, it just got announced that Star Wars Galactic Racer is coming out on October 6th, and it has a sweet ass steel case.
I didn't see this. Why don't you post this?
It just
have a
got
Discord with gaming news for a reason.
It just got. Look at that steel case.
That is a good steelbook.
I'm gonna buy 10. It's beautiful. I'm so excited.
So,
I'm actually excited for this game too.
My biggest problem with these, like the steel cases and the collector's editions,
there's no problem.
The Bungie's one of the few ones that actually did the ones without the code, because I'm gonna buy it on Steam. Like, so why just give me an option to get
right? Yeah.
You remember when Bethesda did that and everybody gave them shit? I'm like, they did it with Wolfenstein too, and I was like,
yes,
no, that's actually a really good idea. That is actually a really good idea, and everybody gave them shit for it because it didn't include the game. You bought the collector's edition content instead of the collector's edition version of the game. And they specifically said, like, the idea is, we know some people want digital, some people want physical. We're doing it so you can buy whatever version you want.
Yeah. So, anyways, that did get released for, and we're laughing.
You're so salty about it that you haven't learned from it at all.
No, I'll never learn. I know that I'm an idiot, and I am a sucker for a steel case, and I'll just buy something.
I am for games, but I could not give a shit less about them for movies.
I do like them for movies, but
series on like nice steelbook.
What only comes in steelbook there, I think, doesn't it?
What's that?
I think it only comes in steelbook for those, doesn't it?
I'll be honest with you. I saw the pre-order go for the 4K Ultra steelbook, and I was like, okay, yep.
Most of them are now, yeah.
I pre-ordered Avatar 3, and I actively looked for the non-steelbook version, but the steelbook version was cheaper. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm getting that.
I came this close to overpaying for Dogma in the steelbook version, because that one would.
Now, to be fair, the steelbook ones that I get on 4K are the ones that I just like. I really enjoy, but others times I will get the standard packaging. But I do like a steel case, especially if it looks nice. I hate that the newest Silent Hill, has a really nice steel case.
I said, you really need that movie. Like,
no, I don't. Especially when it's $50 for a shit movie.
If they gave you $50, I would still say reconsider.
You can buy it digitally for like $5 right now.
Yeah,
which is $10 too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, Silknet was just pointing out that I did buy the Alien Romulus, which I am a huge fan of the Alien franchise. It's one of my favorite. So of course I'm going to get it. But I think I paid like $58 for that fucking movie. And it was like,
I thought you paid almost 70 for it. I thought it was 60 something.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it was 68.
Yeah. I'll say it was like the price of a PS5 game. I was like, what the hell?
I'm trying to like forget it.
Nick, it was before you were in our Discord, or was that might have been an XEP's Discord, but it was like it was like 2 weeks worth of entertainment for the rest of us.
Yeah,
watching Clint melt down, but still buy it anyway.
I was complaining about it nonstop. I was like, "This is the dumbest shit ever to pay this much for a movie." Guys, guess what I bought? And to this day, people still bring it up, rightfully so. I do love the movie. It is just insane to me how, not just for that movie, but 4K prices.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
It's just stupid, and they know it's a collector's market now.
4K stuff, like it's also like how stupid even Kindle books have gotten. I was complaining the other day about the new book in the series from the people that did the Expanse, right? They came out with their book too.
Yes.
In what world is it? I would,
two came out.
$9.99, $11.99 maybe for a Kindle, but no, they want $15 freaking 99. Are you kidding me?
That used to be like $4 for a Kindle book.
Yep.
Well, I mean, for the mediocre quality, yeah, or the people on Kindle Unlimited for sure, or on sale. But $15.99, and then they have the gall to say $15.99 for the Kindle, or hey, since you have Audible, it's $16.83 for the Audible book. It's like, well, what the heck, man?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
a whole lot
it's
more
crazy.
went into the Audible than the Kindle.
And
Exactly.
I hate when I go to the bookstore because there are some books like I want the Dungeon Crawler Carl on physical. There are just some books I want physical.
Yep.
And I just go there and but even like the small like fan written like Star Wars or Alien books that you pick them up, they're like 350 pages, they're small and they're like $12. Like what is this? Like I understand everybody's got to get paid, but Jesus. But
I always get the special ones, like the ones that I usually start on Kindle, and that's how I read almost all my stuff. But if it's a book that I really care for, I'm like, okay, well, this has got to be the one that. So I look fancy. People see it on my bookshelf and go, "Oh, you read that? Yeah." Because I mean, nobody's going through my Kindle library going, "Oh, you read this, huh?" Or checking my Goodreads profile.
Oh, I'll have to add you to the Goodreads. But yeah, we went off again there, so that's fine.
That's what we do.
Not too much time on news, so I guess we'll just jump right into the Xbox had a decent week news-wise this week. Starting with the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate price update. Ultimate dropped from $29.99 to $22.99 a month. And PC Game Pass will drop from $16.49 to $13.99 a month. The caveat of this is that you do not get Call of Duty, which to me personally, don't care. I think I would much rather pay less for Game Pass and not have Call of Duty in it. But there are rumors going around, pretty strong rumors going around that you're going to be able to play with Game Pass and add like a WoW subscription or a Fallout 76 subscription, Elder Scrolls Online subscription, or I think it was Minecraft to have your own type of Game Pass. So I see this that none of that is like set in stone, but it's rumored pretty hard.
There's also, did you see the news about the Discord hookup?
Yes. I had that in ours. Yeah, so they also have Xbox Game Pass Starter Edition that's part of Discord Nitro. The Starter Edition reportedly includes access to over 50 games from the Game Pass library, as well as 10 hours a month of Xbox Cloud gaming, which great way to try to get people into it. And then, the price coming down, which definitely needed to.
Don't do that. Don't give Discord money.
That too.
They'll use it to fucking buy nannies for you and babysit you.
Well, I mean, look out. PlayStation's looking for you to do some age verification too. So
in other countries, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll eventually make its way over here.
I'm sure.
It's what Ireland and England, I think, is where they're implementing that.
Yep.
I gotta
go ahead, Nick.
I think it's good. I like it. Yeah. I like the fact they're making it more affordable. There's no Call of Duty really hasn't been great since Modern Warfare 2, the re-release of that one. And even that was kind of to a certain degree.
People like Black Ops 6. It was the other two that were bad, but
Black Ops 6 I thought was
people Black like the campaign, but
it died off quick for me.
Isn't what Call of Duty used to be. They really need to pick like maybe next year's game, have it be good, and just support that game for a couple years and work on not rebranding, but just like re-imaging Call of Duty and make it something.
It's never going to happen,
unfortunately.
But yeah,
it won't happen.
It won't.
It's a machine that has to keep going. It's just like if you took a year off from 2K, it's never going to happen.
Right.
Or Madden. It's just they make
it's
too
just
much
going to
money.
be. But I do hear that the next one, apparently they've had more time than usual to work on it. So
didn't they also say that about Black Ops 7? Or maybe that was about 6. It was one of the two.
I think it was about 6.
Okay,
because they took a year off, and that's where we got Modern Warfare 3 because they needed an extra.
Because that was supposed to be just an expansion, which pissed off a lot of people.
Which is what it should have been. They should have just
because essentially when I bought 2, because I remember being like, everyone was talking about how great 1 was, the campaign was awesome. Right. And then I got 2 because it was like the return of the golden days. It played off nostalgia. It played, it was supposed to be like the old Modern Warfares, and they They said this is going to last for 2 years. You're going to,
Yep.
well, granted, they didn't say it was a leak. It was saying there was going to be an expansion with all of the original Modern Warfare 2 maps would be brought in. Instead, we got it with Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck?
Charged at full price.
Because too many people complained about the movement. And they went back to the old style movement. So like, shoot, I guess we've got to revamp the movement. I guess we got to package this in a whole new game.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Call of Duty just doesn't. If I really wanted to play, I think you still save more money if you were to buy the full Call of Duty and have
a Game Pass. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you save the cheapness of lessering Game Pass every month, that equals Call of Duty if you want it.
Yep. I think it's a win. We're talking about a $3 increase from what it used to be, as opposed to the $10 jump it did take.
Yep. Yeah.
And with that, get the stupid ass Fortnite shit out of there and drop another buck or two off of it, please.
I mean, look, here's my thing. If you
part of that, like Xbox, pick your own subscription.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Take out the V-Bucks, and that's where your WoW, your Fallout First, or your Minecraft Realms goes and replaces your Fallout or the Fortnite pass or whatever.
Right. Yeah. You pick one. That would be phenomenal.
If they could figure out the logistics of it, I would not mind a build your Game Pass system.
That would be fine. Yeah, especially if done rightly. And
like the more you add, the more of like a discount it gives you. You know what I mean? So if you were to buy everything separately, it would be $50. But if you buy everything, if you end up buying everything, it ends up being like $35. Something like that, right?
Right. Yeah, and I think I mentioned it in Discord briefly. Like, I know not everybody here plays WoW and stuff, but if you included Game Pass in a WoW subscription, you are literally getting an entire ecosystem of World of Warcrafters into Game Pass near enough, because they're like, why not just get this? So, and I have two things instead of just one thing.
Problem is you have to bring that to. Did they bring it to console yet, or is that still just the rumor?
It's just on PC right now. So
I think for them to do that, I think that's what we'll have to see, is them to fully bring it to console.
True, but which it wouldn't surprise me if it does, because the things they have changed in that, it makes it console friendly. Like taking away, like I said, all those mods from last expansion, they got rid of all that stuff that you don't need. The stuff that we use is just like added fun things, but you absolutely do not need it. So I think in time it will come. So, but we'll see. But yeah, Elder Scrolls Online, if they add that with coin, with the crowns and stuff like that, like you said, just pick things. Like, I don't play Fortnite.
Well,
I don't use
I mean, to be fair, Elder Scrolls Online is technically in there, just not the
not the subscription.
Right. But you don't have to. But you can still play the game. It's a free to play game.
It is there.
Yeah. It's just the whatever they call it, ESO Plus or whatever is not part of it. That's all.
Yeah. So, but overall, I think a huge win to lower that, because it left a salty taste in a lot of people.
Sure.
And
it also shows.
I used to have all Xbox Game Pass. Now I only had PC, and over the last couple weeks, I was literally thinking of just canceling this month. But now since they reduced it, I'm probably going to stay on it. But I was thinking about canceling it.
It also shows you, because obviously we're not going to see these numbers, but Asha certainly did. They lost a lot of subscriptions by that price jump. Because they wouldn't backtrack this much. Well, I can't say backtrack. Well, they wouldn't make this drastic of a change if they didn't lose a ton of subscriber base.
Right.
It was a terrible decision.
Feels like it's a greater trend of like Asha coming in and like having to try and do some type of turnaround, and we're. Like if you in some type of like a lot of projects, you have like, let's just say like a board, right, with a bunch of sticky notes. You got the easy stuff, you got the medium term, and you got the long term, and they're just ripping off all these super easy ones, and it's really turning around sentiment towards a lot of it.
The part that's a killer that where she instated a little bit earlier, I think probably would have helped, but it's too late to do it now. This is obviously just pie in the sky here, but. Being is that it obviously it's still very early, so we're not casting judgment on Asha yet, but she is off to a good start. I think that's pretty clear. She at least is giving the impression of listening to what people are saying is their biggest issues right now. The number one thing would be assuming the rumor is true, which I'm sure it is, that Helix is going to be so goddamn expensive, that needs to get fixed. But it's too late to do it. You're not going to be able to fix that because it's already, design things are already in place,
Right.
and I'm sure I'm sure they haven't started producing it yet, but they probably have things in process to begin that thing.
Right.
So it's too late to change it. And that is one thing that I am sure she probably looks at it and wishes she could go back and be like, yeah, we can't charge, let's say $1,200 for it. I wish I could go back and change this, and this to get it down to $700, $800, whatever, right? But the cat's out of the bag on that one. You're really not going to be able to fix that one, I don't think so.
What if they roll out the Xbox Access program again, though? They find a way to.
That was a good thing. I don't know why they stopped that.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
That was how I got my my Xbox One X.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. No, it's how I got my Series X.
And to be fair, it's not only like if they did the Xbox, pay as you go type of thing. Xbox, I've seen several PC places talking about rolling it out that you don't even own the system anymore on desktops, that you pay monthly, and then when you don't want it, you literally like send it back or whatever. So it's definitely in the realm of, and I'm sure they probably will think of something.
Was it NZXT just got sued for like their ridiculous for that they were doing the rental program or rent to own type program that you're doing monthly payments for their systems?
I think so. Yeah, I remember reading something about that. It was a little bit a bit ago, wasn't it? I didn't think it was that recent, but maybe it was. Yeah. So I think there's lots of possibilities, but like Rick said, it's already too late. You've already
you're way too far in the process now. Yeah,
it's going to be the top tier. It's this and that. It's going to be expensive. GameCube, come out please with some pricing, please. Yeah, so
can't be much longer. I mean, it is the end of April now. If they're going to release it this year, they got to get pricing here fairly soon.
Yeah, and got to get pre-orders going and stuff like that. Like jeepers creepers. So yeah, Game Pass down. That was good. Another cool thing they tweeted, Xbox tweeted, and they went back to it says that just we are Xbox, and it was like the old Xbox logo. They're not going. They're going away from Microsoft Games and just being called Xbox now, which is I think is good. It's just like Nick was saying, it's like small little things.
That's very much off the easy category. That's an easy change there.
But every single thing that they're doing right now is it's easy, but it's a win on it, and it's turning sentiment around to at least I think give them time to make we'll see what the mid grade and the long term stuff looks like. But.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is to get to the even. If you the way you categorize it, the middle difficulty, let alone the high difficulty, there's a lot of major like backtracking to do over some pretty damn poor decisions that have been made over the last 2 or 3 years. That is not going to be just as simple as flipping a switch and changing what you do, right? You're gonna have to totally change not so much infrastructure, but kind of totally how your departments are set up in Xbox and stuff like that. So they're going to be a lot tougher than the other stuff.
To that. And again, this can be all lip service, but I was seeing the reporting and they're talking about basically doing weekly report cards from all the studios.
Yeah,
with Asha, which is they're getting there. She wants to get her hands in. Now, what does that mean? What does it actually do? Is it anything? Maybe not. But I think that as far as maybe at least saying you have eyes on it at least once a week to see what they're doing and saying, show me what you got,
Yeah, it seems pretty clear. The whole like, do what you got to do. We'll touch base in a year was never going to work.
Right. Well, and I think too, it just speaks to like sometimes that certain people can handle different levels of the company. Some people are better with small teams, and she obviously has experience with the large teams.
You unfortunately might need to teach Matt Booty how to work.
Yeah.
He probably just learned how to do his job. Then he can learn that part of it.
I don't know, man. Like as much as
that man fails upwards more than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life.
He must be really good on the golf course. That's all I can say.
Yeah, pretty much.
The worse his departments do, the more he gets promoted. It's kind of weird.
She also, they had like, basically just, it was like Xbox week. also got rid of the unpopular "This is an Xbox" marketing campaign for good, which I think
it was 100% the right move. 100%.
People just use that as making fun. Yeah, it was out there, but it wasn't like great press. You know,
even like if I'm against the whole thing that they went for in the first place, but even if you take away from that, the whole "This is an Xbox" was a terrible marketing campaign. It was abysmal. Like
great idea, poor execution.
Right.
I don't even think it was a great idea, but different. I mean, that's a whole different argument. If this is what you were going to do, that it's a spit in the face of your longtime fans. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. And then she did mention again, which I don't think it's going to change, but she said again that they will reevaluate our approach to exclusivity. I think it's too late type of thing.
You notice what she says also in there, which is that what's the word she kept using? Their new like metric or whatever. North Star is their
daily active users. Yes, yeah.
Which what she was known for was user acquisition. You know, as far as like with what was it, the Fresh Express or something like that?
Yeah, it was like Fresh, something like that.
Now that said, I could see them do. The problem is they got to be very, very transparent about this, and they can't lie like crazy, like Phil and Sarah constantly did. They need to be outward and say this is a permanent Xbox exclusive, and I don't care what the numbers are. If you sell one fucking copy, when you said that, you cannot port that.
Yeah.
You cannot do it. You have to rebuild trust, because the reality is you still have to take some of the distrust that you have from the previous administration or regime rather. They need to rebuild that and be like, hey, we're going to prove to you that when we say something, you can trust it, even if it backfires so much that they lose $10 million over it, or that's not for Microsoft.
Right. Yeah,
let's say $100 million. You have to stick to that if you say it. And then what you do is you say, hey, we're going to be very upfront about Fable 7 comes out. That is an Xbox exclusive. It will only come to PC. It will never come to competing consoles, right? And you got to stick to that. Then you got, Crash Bandicoot 8. No, this one we're going to put everywhere, right? That's how you got to do that.
Yeah.
We'll have to agree to disagree there.
I think that they just never. They outright. I think it was more along the lines that they just never had a plan that stuck. That was just constantly pivot.
They talked out of both sides of their mouth with everything they said. Everything.
And if they want to do exclusivity, which I think they should do, if you want to get people back into the ecosystem and stay there, or just get more players as they want, they have to put out like really good games.
Mm-hmm.
Not 7s and 8s, which are fun. Mm-hmm. I have plenty of fun with 7 and 8s. There's nothing wrong with that. But
you need some 9s, yeah.
If you want a system seller and the games that people are talking about 10 years from now, you need to make a first IP, something that sticks, good game. And they just
you need to have it. I guess the closest they got was probably Indiana Jones, but that was also a little bit of it, and it's by no fault of the game itself, but it was a little bit of a niche title just because of what it was.
Right.
You need something that, I mean, when I say mainstream, obviously mainstream is like Call of Duty. We're not talking about that, but you need something that catches, like it becomes the zeitgeist, and it can't be something that you picked up for Game Pass. It has to be something you developed internally.
Yes, it has to be a new IP. It has to be But
I think I would say that I don't know if I like the idea of forever exclusives, but I think 6 months to a year would be the way to go for sure.
Yeah,
I think they need, in order to pull everybody over, unless they're ready to launch on the next console, like next. Well, I guess they're supposedly ready to go next year, to just go exclusive all the way through. Like you got to be near where people are ready to make that next jump, to be close enough to make that investment, to say, okay, well now I'm going over here and I want to catch up on all these games, like have a catalog. Whereas if it was like, I mean, how many people go like, well, this game from like 3 years ago, I guess now I haven't had a chance to play it. Maybe now I'm going to buy this console because I want to play this game forever.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of small things, but they're moving in the right direction. I feel. I was one of the people when she was announced. I was very like, ooh, I don't know about this, but I'm happy with what's going on so far. So,
And I can say from day one, I was cautiously optimistic, right? I said I said from day one, I was like, the AI thing I think is being massively overblown just because it was what she did. Now, I did say it doesn't mean it won't be an issue later, but I was like, I don't think that matters at this point. And so far it hasn't. In fact, they even said they're going to really, now again, this is say, not necessarily do, but they did say they're going to even reconsider what they're, I don't remember the terminology they use, but in some way they're going to reconsider how they implement AI usage.
Yes, yeah.
And that could very much be just sweetening the pot for people, but they did say it, so.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not in the best spot, but I think it's a good spot where Xbox is going. So.
It's a very, very good start for what she did.
Where she's
now 2 months, something like that, somewhere around there. Like
it's a good start.
In 2 months, she's saying the right things. That's for sure.
Her name is constantly coming up. Xbox is constantly in the news cycle every couple of days.
Right.
Positive.
And not stepping on rakes for once, yes.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
They got to build up a lot of goodwill because eventually, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. At some point, you're going to. So they're just building up a lot of goodwill to where it's going to happen the next time.
And I fully would love for Xbox to come back and it just be in a good place because I friggin' love Xbox and its ecosystem. I was always the biggest fan of it, and it just sucks to have seen where it's gone. So I would love for it to come back. I know it's not gone, but come back to how I remember it, type of thing. So
yeah. I mean, I don't know what month and a half, 2 months, basically right after Phil retired. Nick, this was right before you were in the chat, but you weren't on the show yet. It was me, Soaking It, and Alex. And if you remember, we did the episode where we basically just talked about Phil's tenure. And I think all three of us agreed, like, it started very well. And then I don't want to say he got in over his head, but it seemed like he was just swinging at anything to try to get things moving again. And it fell apart. But yeah.
I think that they got too big for him to handle. There are people different sizes, between Bethesda first, and then it was 80K next one.
Yeah. Oh, also, she, the Xbox mobile store is dead now, which is good. Good.
Was there ever anything even on it?
They said that they weren't not necessarily dead. I thought they came back and said, no, it's not dead, but we're reevaluating it essentially.
Well, as long as they're reevaluating at least, because it was just like, it needs reevaluating. Jesus. I mean, there was some other stuff in the news, but we're running a little late here, so maybe I guess we'll just get to people's fortunes for the weekend, right? And my vacation, which I will not be here I'll be back next Sunday, or I'll be here tomorrow.
Where are you going?
I'm going on a cruise to Mexico. They got some private island down there. So either I'm going to get murdered by the cartel,
hopefully,
or I'm gonna marry some big booty Latina or something. I don't know.
I assume you're going with
BBL
with your partner.
Yeah.
So it's funny you didn't say you're going to marry her. You said you're going to marry some big booty Latina instead.
Just got to keep it interesting.
I guess it's a good thing for you that she doesn't watch this show because she'd be like, "What the hell?"
Otherwise, it wouldn't be saying anything.
I think I screwed up. I got Clint's fortune.
Oh well, that's no.
You will not play Hollow Knight because
you will not have a BTL in your future.
No. It says you will travel and come into a fortune.
Oh, maybe I'll find some gold down there. Maybe I'll go. Well, no, I don't want to go to any Aztec.
Maybe you're the big booty Latina going on vacation with them.
Maybe.
I am a pasty white guy. There is no tan.
All right, Nick has said yours. Rick, go ahead.
This is actually pretty good for once. This actually does pertain to me. Take some needed time to relax in the next few days because I do need that so that I don't, murder anybody.
There we go. Let's see.
Maybe I could be your big booty Latina instead.
Hey, there we go. This is your day to call the shots, so you should. Okay. Thanks.
Boss Mang.
Yeah. Peltaloda. Yeah, so I will not be here next Friday. So Rick and Nick, you'll have to hold down the fort. I'll still be able to make like a thumbnail and all that stuff for you. I just won't be able to be here unless maybe I just do it on like my camera from the beach. Maybe I'll do that.
Do it.
I should pop in. Like, hey, this is the ocean. I'm yeah. So anything else before we go, guys? Anything you want to say? Talk about anything?
Plug the Fandom Foundry. You and I will be on that.
Yes, everybody came in that joined us today. We had Chris from 1H1D, Luke from XEP, Todd from the Fandom Foundry, Alex was in here.
We got our third.
Oh, she's listening from the bedroom.
The superior Coombs will be on the show this coming Friday.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
You heard it here, folks.
She is pretty cool. But yeah, she's in her room reading Project Hail Mary right now, actually.
Oh, nice.
But
I haven't even seen that. It looked good, but I haven't seen it.
Good.
Well, my kid's just watching Preston Plays. You know, I guess there's levels to this, right?
Yes.
Preston Plays.
Yeah. And before we go, Nick, you're going to be with me tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Over at the Fandom Foundry. Oh, she comes out of the bedroom. We'll be over at the Fandom Foundry tomorrow live to go over our movie picks. Me, Nick.
What time?
I think Chris. I'm not sure what time we have it.
We end up on.
We ended up at something. I think it's 7.
Todd's
are you still in here?
Oh,
help us out.
I will not be able to join you, unfortunately. I will be at Buffalo Wild Wings watching the Penguins probably get swept out of the playoffs by the dirty Philadelphia Flyers.
7 p.m.
Central.
7.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Central. Be there, be square to go over our movie picks for the summer and see who wins. It'll be me, Todd, Nick, I believe Chris, a few others will be there. Going to be a good time.
Here's the fun one. We all got a bet on the line that whoever wins gets to pick a movie for the loser to watch, and they have to write a book report on some movie.
It's going to be good. I think that's a really good like punishment type of thing. I think it'll be good. I already know what I'm choosing for it if someone loses.
Well, one of the two of you, don't forget to post that in our whatever you call it, creation channel next week.
Yeah, I'll post it for sure. But yeah, we'll be on there tomorrow night as well. Anything else, gentlemen?
Just looking forward to doing a show with Mrs. or Miss Coombs, not Mrs. Ms. Coombs next Friday.
Yeah, maybe she'll pop.
Is she not going on vacation with you?
No.
Oh man.
No,
she's too cool.
Yeah, she's got work for a little bit, and then she's gonna watch the dogs as well. So,
nice.
But she's being nice. Well, folks, I think that's it. Until next week, play some good games, do what you love, and have fun doing it. All righty?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And don't play Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Rick can get a platinum in it. Bye, everybody.